That's hurting.
Okay, let me try one more thing on you. We'll let you out of this in 30 seconds, okay? I'm gonna see if I can do one thing to get out of it, okay? Now don't bend over, Just let your shoulders fall down.
When I first came, I trusted his process, and the first week there was a lot of fighting that trust.
There you go. No, stop. More forward now with the head. There you go. Bring your head
That
more.
went up to a 6.
Bring your head more forward now.
The first.
There you go. Now walk.
Thanks.
Hands on the legs. Stop. Head forward again. There you go. Hands on the legs. Stop. Head forward again. There you go. Come. See, every time you take that right foot, you start standing up
It's
again.
pulling, yeah.
I know. I just want you to try it. There you go. That's better right there. Come through it. Hands on the legs. Good.
It's going up every time I take a step.
Yeah. Good. Okay, turn around. Let's take a look. Okay, let's just see if we can close our eyes again and drop the head again. What pain are we at right now?
7.
7. Now, breathe slowly. Are you able to drop it to a 6 at all? Or is it
It's going up.
Okay. Let's put this like this. Let's try these right here a little bit. No, don't stand up. Just put the hands to the side right here.
That's like at a 6.
Let's drop down a little bit. See how specific positions? So you have to kind of find these.
Mm-hmm.
So on these laps around the building, you're going to find these positions that kind of help. After you find them, the brain will start working out the connections to bring them together, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to work on you a little more. You can turn the camera off a second.
We caught Adriana walking around the building. I love when they walk around the building because I can see them. I actually evaluate how they're doing. I call this my health highway, and all my patients that come to me have to do this. And she's working really hard, and I love that.
Sciatic pain hasn't gone away. I mean, that has not gone away. It's still there.
Okay, so anyways, there's a disconnect in our communication here.
So it took almost till like 9 p.m. to decide to try it again.
And that was 6 hours, 7 hours later.
Yeah.
I can be a little bit overbearing. I get that, but again, I really am doing it from my heart, trying to get her to understand. And so it took her 7 hours to reboot. At 9 o'clock, what happened?
We went outside and we took it one step at a time, pretty much trying to find a good position. It took us about 7 tries, and then we ended up saying, locking my hands together to walk, and eventually letting go to find a good position and be able to do little laps.
You had pain one time this morning. When was that?
Straightening my hair.
Yeah.
It's just a different. My shoulders are back up, and I was trying to adjust and work with it.
Good. So the most important thing here is not that she is pain-free or she has tons of pain. The most important is she's seeing the benefit between what? Doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing. How much easier is this today after sleeping on it?
I take it from him because he sees me.
No, but mentally, how much easier is it to stand here? Only 12 hours ago you were standing here crying. How much easier to stand here this way?
80% easier.
Yeah. And so what I'm trying to say, guys, is I push, but 24 hours later, it's so much easier. It's just about having to traumatize the brain to make it change. If I was like, just try your best, you'd never do it. Okay, so anyways, I have my method of my madness. It may not be the way you guys want it. Made that poor little girl cry. Yeah. Okay, so much easier, right?
Yeah.
The one thing I see you doing is as you walk, you're still, like this right shoulder is still like kind of tight. You see it tighten up? So you just gotta like, it's almost like a
I'm trying to compensate because this leg feels longer. I do feel that.
No. See the other thing she's doing? See how she's leaning her neck a little bit to the one side? Yeah? And so you're doing this and you're doing this. So it's gotta be just like, let it happen.
It's still hurting. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm at a 3 right now. But I agree with the process.
Good, perfect.
I feel it. I still
Good.
feel it.
This is an example of one of my classes I have where I discuss each individual's x-rays and then I discuss how to fix them through training and coaching.
how...
In my perspective, it's been a struggle because I've had my shoulders up really high and my neck up really high since I can remember. I mean, I was taught this since I was 4. So breaking that down was really hard for me because I'm not very limber with my body when it comes to shifting something or changing something. So that's why we've battled with, I mean, I can do the shoulders now, but now I'm struggling with my head.
Did you have oppressive parents that made you stand up straight all the time?
All the time.
Ah! So I told her to stop sleeping on her stomach the other day. I found out she was sleeping on her stomach. How hard was that to change?
Pretty traumatic.
Pretty traumatic. And so tell me that first night, Wednesday, when I told you to do that.
I didn't fall asleep until 5, and that was with help of melatonin. I drove here for 3 hours, and then I got here 15 minutes ahead of time, so I went to have some breakfast, and just like I've been standing right here, usually I'm in pain. It's uncomfortable because I'm standing in a position that I have to force myself into, but I'm not having that sciatic pain go above a 1. During my walk post-adjustment, I felt like I was improving. I was more able to find better positions in my posture to be able to walk with minimal pain or no pain. And there was times where I felt relief, and it felt like an aha.
Exactly.
It can happen.
And she called it a communication error. Just kind of touch on that real quick because it's kind of interesting. I want to know what your take is on this.
Yeah, I feel like we have similar communication forms, but they don't work well with each other. Sometimes I felt misunderstood, so in trying to explain it, he felt like I wasn't understanding him, and I was just trying to get understood. So when I heard him talking to another patient who's frustrated as well, I told him, well, I think it's just a communication thing because he's feeling misunderstood, and you're feeling like he doesn't believe in you. And I've never felt like I didn't believe in you. I just felt like I wanted to know what you understood.
But that's why you're still here.
I'm still here.
Because you believe in me.
I believe. Yeah.
He doesn't want to believe, and that's the worst part about it. And so... Let me have this. Good.
Oh, what was that?
So was the build-up worth it? Woo! Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
I think next door heard that one. Good. Good. I know this is painful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, breathe. Does it make you have a headache at all? Lightheaded at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm dizzy.
Dizzy again? 7.
It's 8.
8. Here we go. You know what I love about Adriana?
I'm starting to see colors again.
And when the shoulders are up, we perceive what? Stress.
That feels so good.
Yeah, see? I know how to hit the spot.
Let's do that again.
To the right. Okay, drop your head. Good. Now, how is that different than laying down?
Completely different.
Completely different?
Different sounds too. I feel like a different spot was adjusted.
Come this way. Good, nice. Have you been icing too?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Feels like you went deeper. It really does.
Mm-hmm. It's a little hard to find. It's right underneath that ear here. Good. Come this way. Come this way. Good. Look at her leg. Look at her leg.
Sorry.
No, I'm just having him look at it.
I think that's the first time my leg comes off.
I know, right? Come. Tilt toward. Good, nice. You feel that echo into your head a little bit? Mm-hmm. So what does it feel like different than the Atlas adjustment and the other adjustments last week?
I felt relief. That's the difference.
In the sciatic pain that you had?
In my sciatic pain.
Yeah. Okay. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find that perfect moment so I can adjust you.
Okay.
But don't try to help me put yourself in the right position. Just lay heavy.
Okay.
Look in here. Okay, chin up a tad for me.
I honestly didn't pay attention to much of what you said.
Exactly. That's why I have him doing it. Good. Good. Yes. Tilt your head towards me a little bit more. Towards me here. Good. You're doing good. Come towards me. Good.
Woo. Every time it's different.
I moved pretty darn good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get her feel on what the last week was for her.
I've been able to relax all my muscles more, and I didn't know that I was tightening them up, but I do notice now because I relax my shoulders that when the pain starts coming, I start tightening up my back and my butt.
And so those things you got more control of.
Yes.
So you got
yes.
you got more control of your ass now. You're telling me.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What else happened?
I feel less crooked. If that makes any
Remember
sense.
that balance thing you had?
Mm-hmm.
You always felt like you were like a little.
I still feel unbalanced, but it was very extreme to where like I would bring it up often. I feel like there's a difference.
Gotcha. Good.
I'm not as unbalanced.
So how does this feel here, standing here, compared to a minute ago?
Less stress, definitely.
Less stress, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So go through your progressions real quick. Okay, mas.
Yes.
There you go.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Feel the
can
difference?
Feel the difference.
Good
yes.
girl.
I feel the difference.
Yes. There you go. Beautiful. What's the difference? Just explain to the camera real quick. What's the difference with this and a minute ago?
My head is more forward.
And your body felt instantly more like when you're sitting in there, right?
Yeah, relaxed.
More
It
like
does.
effortless again,
It does.
right? Good,
yeah.
perfect walk. So, how does this feel compared to when you just walked in? I mean, you've been working on your posture. Does this feel different?
I feel lighter.
You feel lighter?
I feel lighter.
And that's the first time you felt lighter
Yeah.
probably the whole time, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's the first time you've actually said that. Anything else you feel different?
I'm not feeling any pull
Pull, what do you mean pull?
on my sciatic nerve. I usually always feel a pull when I'm standing.
So, we actually made a change on your
Yeah.
the thing that you came in with that you haven't
yes,
changed at all?
Dr. Ace, yes.
You look really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel
She
better.
looks really good, doesn't she? Yeah. I'm not talking about her walk. She had some makeup on or something, or she did her hair or something like that. I'm like, damn. Anything else you want to share about how that felt, different walk?
I didn't feel off balance as much as I usually do. I mean, all the time when I'm walking, there's no balance. I'm starting to feel a light pull right now, but it's not as it usually is.
It's different.
Very different.
Good,
yeah.
perfect. So, first Atlas adjustment, you guys got to see what happened. See you guys next time. How did yesterday's treatment change your life or how you feel, whatever?
It was intriguing was the word.
Yeah,
because
she's more intriguing.
It's you touched me up here, and I was sore over here for a little bit, but it created nausea. It created pain everywhere else and discomfort. Like my whole body was in pain yesterday, and I was intrigued at how all that was happening. Even my leg got swollen, and I felt better, even though there was a lot of discomfort.
She had ups and
better,
downs, lots of ups and downs, right? She had felt worse a little bit, and better worse, and weird worse, but she was so blown away by just how a single Atlas adjustment could change so much.
Yeah.
And so I think that's interesting because again, I love the power of what the body can do when I release the ability for it to work better. And so for her to feel a global sense of change from a single adjustment is amazing, and this is what chiropractic is all about pretty much.
There's improvement.
Yeah.
It still hurts, but like I'm able to stand right here without having to be moving and fidgeting. And,
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And so I love her curly hair now. She's getting dressed because I'm on YouTube tomorrow. I got to get ready for this.
I'm feeling happier.
Exactly, right? It's coming
So
out. It's coming out of you, by the way. It's coming out. You're exuding
I was
this
just
happiness.
stressed out last
Yeah, you're
time.
exuding it. So take a look at the beginning. You can be like, tell her, you look so much better. You're so beautiful the second week. So anyways, I love it because, again, the personality of what comes out when we get somebody better is what it's all about. So she's feeling it.
So how do you feel about Dr. Thayer's process so far?
I trust it. So that's a big difference from the beginning. When I first came, I trusted his process, and the first week there was a lot of fighting that trust, and I'm back to where I was when I started. So I do trust it.
So what were some of the differences between the first and second
Our
week?
communication, we figured out how to communicate with each other, and I guess the groups help, but in my case, my group kind of wasn't a help to me because it made me feel like I was not where I was supposed to be. Like maybe I was doing something wrong or I was in the wrong place. Progress, a lot of progress. I think you have changed my lifestyle, meaning my lifestyle was standing straight, good proportions, or posture, good posture. Now my whole knowledge of that has changed, and knowledge to me because I know that it's not good for me. I can feel it. I can tell.
You can tell that the changes we made are helping. There wasn't as much progress as you thought. And so this week,
I was expecting to be cured when I left. That was my expectations. Like when I leave here after my 1 week, because that's what the plan was, I want to be cured. So I'm not cured, but I think cure is the wrong word for this. I'm treated to where I'm changing.
I want you guys to see that it's not always a home run. I think it is a home run, and she's saying it is, but not the home run she thought it was going to be.
Yeah, not the one I was expecting.
And the most important part about this is, do you feel like you got something out of this? Is it worth being here?
Yes.
Good. How much better are you since you first walked in, percentage-wise? 10,
I would
20,
say 60.
60.
I would say 60. It feels strange not to be in pain as opposed to, oh, well, that happens sometimes. No, it's a strange feeling, and I like it.
That's good. We just found out today, by the way, that she leans on her when she does dishes?
Like this.
And she's like,
I lean and I do the dishes.
I go, well, what do you do? She goes, I lean when I do dishes. I go, oh, you can't do that. She's like, your face goes. I am so proud of Adriana. She had plenty of reason to quit, but she didn't. She followed through, and I think we changed her life. If you want to relive her whole story, part 1 was so powerful, and that video is right there. Again, if you like my channel, please consider subscribing, and that link is right there. See you guys next time.